on go. Start rolling the 4x4. Believe if a cat gon' go see me with ain't gon' see them no more. They love when I talk, they roll by the car lot when bought it. Caught case with the case and a phone. They will watch you give a dip. I live the day rapping back, can't never. Neighborhood hero. You can try one of them. Better not try with me though. Hey.
Bring it in. Willie down by 2. We're gonna go out here, run this play for the win. Let's go get it. I formation, 28 sweep, blue 14. Watch left. Hut.
We to the man, Atlanta head cop to the left, turn to the back. Try to see we weren't having that. Sit with your ad, drop it out with Alabama ad. That would get for trying to battle rap. Head, be one and done. No drive, but we running. Walk up to you while you showing us stunt till you up that jury and money. Playing game, thinking showing up funny till my young win for me. Yeah. For the love of the bankroll, keep it busy. Don't nobody care about it. Don't nobody wanna hear about it. You got problem, huh? Well, it's the same thing for everybody. I ain't gonna lie. I promise that a day go by. I ain't on the grind if I ain't on fire. If it one thing I want, then it can't go by. Trying to put 6 wheels on the railroad. I ain't finna play no game, that what you know. So if you think at the top, till I move over. Modern day Tupac in a new hover. Know that now come with us and down. We dodge steady duck and clown. We chase the meal so we can butt that down. Top, but we run the town. But with millions in with no cap and gown. We're all in what happened now. Metal throne, concrete crown. Call that line, you getting beat. Real boy veteran. Boy academy. Still remember me when they were sick and needed their medicine. Better watch it, partner, you from around here thinking sweet, you got the wrong idea. Get left out there, tell them so what? I kept trap music, all black. Still, I'm that stupid, still down to do it if you act stupid. Get locked up and get back to it, yeah. Trap music, all black. Get locked up and get back to it, yeah.
Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas, NRG Stadium in Houston. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Buffalo Bills. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season. Way on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's Watson now on second down. Incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Tiger! Come back!
Out of the gun, Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. And got his man complete. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Watson hands this to Foreman. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
And, Brandon, as we continue to see, so much of the influence
to throw on second is Watson. Caught left side, Hopkins. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. That catch good for 5. It's third down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson buying time to his left. He may try and run for this. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a first.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. Watson on first down. And he's going to go down here. A sack. They push him back to the 34. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
Here's Watson. He finds Hopkins complete. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is starting.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. He needed 9. He got 8. And that's going to leave him with a 4th and 1 on their side of the field.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Hill. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Allen off the play fake. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a first down. They go play action here on first down. That is incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Allen will try again on 2nd down. He's got a man. It's Corey Coleman. Corey Coleman, and all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Corey Coleman, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bills have taken the early lead. And he's got it up and through. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
He's going to sling this deep downfield, and it's knocked away and incomplete. Anthony Brown right there to knock it away.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun, here's Watson. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now out come the Bills. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Allen looks to throw on 2nd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Christian Covington. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. On 3rd and long, it's Allen. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Despite a pickup of 16, they're still well short of the sticks on 4th. Schmidt on to punt as he sends it away. This is taken around the 12. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. The last couple of drives have ended in punts. Maybe the crowd minds that, but you're a defensive guy. You're okay with a couple of punt drives.
Listen, I'm the guy that loves a 0-0 pitch game. All right, in baseball, I can handle that going into the 7th inning. I think the crowd, though, they want to see a little bit more excitement. Let's see if someone can break something free on offense and get going.
Offense at a premium the last 2 drives. Now a toss play. This is Foreman. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. A shotgun snap for Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
First carry now for the backup to Sean McCoy. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
Play action. Now it's Allen. He's going to lead this for his running back. It's complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now it's Watson setting up the screen for Miller. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
A 1st down carry now for Miller. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Flush to his right. Room here to run. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a 1st. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That's good for a Texan 1st down, a 12-yard pickup. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He goes full extension, and he's got it. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook, and a great grab on the other end. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. And this is going to be intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
They'll start on the ground with McCoy. What a spin. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Charles, I think sometimes maybe we take LaShawn McCoy for granted. Been in the league since 2009. He's played 12 or more games every season as a running back. 30 years old this year. What do you see for his future?
I still see a very bright future for him, and you're exactly right. We do kind of take him for granted. Remember, he was with Philadelphia. Then he goes to Buffalo. Buffalo goes through the playoff drought before last season. And the Eagles, they win a Super Bowl without him. So, yeah, we forget just how special he is. But I do think with his running style, he's got many more seasons left.
They'll run. This is Hill. And he will make his way back to where he started from, and that's all. As we will make our way to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. Now Allen throwing on 2nd down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a Turkey Bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
They'll try and run forward with McCoy. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Going for it on 4th down. Allen, he's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is going to be incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Throw left side, taken in by Miller. And down inside the 15 he goes. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Here's Foreman. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Now the Bills will take another timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The Texans on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. From the gun, Watson steps, and this will be a touchdown. Deshaun Watson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Texans are in for 6.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Marty looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. The former number 1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney, in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. And they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. On second down, here's Allen. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The Bills on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and a mile. Allen from the gun on third down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Here's Colton Schmidt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive.
And it's intercepted. Picked off here by Aaron Colvin. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
The Texans were penalized 124 times last year, 3rd most in the NFL, and now they come up 1st and 15. Watson now to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Watson looking to throw on 2nd down. To the right side, complete to Miller. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
The Texans on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Watson. From the gun, he'll throw. Man open, that's Kiki QT, complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. Watson now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10. Watson off play action, eluding the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Faking the give. Now Watson escaping the pressure right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Kyle Williams able to drop him for a loss of a couple. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. Watson now 5 straight completions here in this second half, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
To throw on 2nd is Watson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off inside the 10. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
So after the INT, it's Allen. Over the middle, he finds Godwin, complete. It's a pickup of 17 on that one, and a Bills first down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways. Right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Now Allen to throw on 2nd down. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. They'll run with Foreman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
It's really come into vogue to talk about the different gaps that the defense tries to attack in an offensive line. And most of the time we're talking about blitzes. How many times have you heard double A-gap blitz? But where is the A-gap? It's the space between the center and the guards, either side. So when you're having a double A-gap blitz, that's two guys coming through that gap. In this situation, though, that A-gap wasn't open for the defense to exploit. The offensive line took care of it, protected it, and moved the defensive guys out of the way to allow for that nice run.
The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. The Texans on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Out of the gun, Watson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling. Off of play action, it's Watson. Flushed out right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at second down. And there we saw rolling right out of the pocket. Maybe his momentum taking him toward that sideline led him a little too far.
Yeah, that is difficult, isn't it? Plus, you're closing down your space, right? You're shortening the field for your receivers. And their inclination is to go towards the sidelines as fast as the quarterback is as well. Hard for them to throttle down to leave themselves with enough room to stay in bounds and catch the ball.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And he's got it. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans will extend their lead. Out to kick is Janikowski. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Here's Colton Schmidt now as he's on to punt for Buffalo. This is taken at the 18. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the 4th. play action here on first down. And a catch made by Hopkins. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Sometime in this fourth quarter, someone on defense is going to have to step up and force a turnover.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Richmond.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Watson. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll be out of bounds, able to take this one down to the 20-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
Tiger.
On the toss, here's Foreman. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Jerry Hughes on the stop. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
That's complete right around the 8. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Here's Watson. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it 2nd and goal. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. So that's one you almost never see at this level. A wobbler from very short range, and it winds up no good.
All right, Brandon, if he slipped or someone got a hand on it, then I can understand it, but it's almost like you heard a whistle or something to stop this swing. A very strange result, especially for an NFL kicker.
It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo 1st down. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Zach Cunningham with a pick, and they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Well, when someone other than the quarterback is throwing the football, it's either beautiful or a disaster, and here it was the latter.
Nowhere in between, right? I think you're exactly right. It takes some fortitude to call that type of a play, but when it doesn't work, oh, boy, you wish you hadn't.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Reset.
Now Watson looking to throw on 2nd down. Flush to his right. On the crossing route, complete. That's Hopkins. And he's going to be out of bounds down to the 25. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the 1st down. Now Foreman. And an alley to run. He's to the 10. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans turn that interception into a touchdown. And oh, it's no good on the PAT. So they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. Out to kick is Janikowski. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And the Bills getting set to go. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Back to the air on second down. It's Allen. In the middle and caught by the tight end play. And he's brought down after a good game. 23 yards on the play.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Set. Green 39. Green 39. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
From midfield, here's Allen. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agree. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Allen now on first down. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. Now the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up second down. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. On play action, Allen. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against the zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. To the air, Allen. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Zach Cunningham able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play. And it'll be fourth down. One final try here for Allen. And it is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this Texans defense stands tall. So they really needed points here in a two-score game. Could not come away with anything there on fourth.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. The tackle is made by Micah Hyde.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Again, it's Foreman. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, got to make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Now Watson going up top. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down.
And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. A big breakdown defensively there on the fake punt. Turns into a huge play and a 1st down. A carry for Foreman. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out...
Hey. Okay. Talking through